And American Idol comes out real big on a fez.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood, Best New Artist.
Yeah.
She's thanking Simon Fuller and American Idol for everything they did for her.
Well, you know, she should. Last year she was fucking nobody. She wins the contest. She's got the #1 album of the year, and then wins all these other awards. All right, Ron and Fez show.
We actually...
What is it, Earl?
We have Carrie Underwood booked for the show.
Why would I want Carrie Underwood on the show?
Why wouldn't you? She has sold 4.5 million copies.
I don't want her on the show today.
What? But I mean, it's already done. It's pretty much...
It's not done. Why would I want to talk to Carrie Underwood? No, thank you. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl, why are you looking at me all upset?
No, because...
I didn't get a sheet that says Carrie Underwood was booked.
I didn't get anything.
Well, we always strive to book the best guest for the show, and I thought
when do we strive to book the best guest of the show? You've had 2 guests this year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and fucking Crispin Glover.
Yes, and
we're not known for having the best of the best.
I mean, but why not Carrie Underwood? I mean, it's Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood, like I care. No, I don't care, Earl.
Don't Carrie Underwood.
What am I supposed to do? A phoner with her? What did it feel like? No, not going to happen. All right, Ron and Fez show. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I got some good news, Fezzy. Let me interrupt you. The Hideout boys are stopping by today.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm wrong about that. It's J-Dubs and El Jefe. They no longer call themselves the Hideout boys. They call themselves Next. They are now known. This is one of those wrestling moves where suddenly the guys come back with a new look. Their new name, Fez?
Yes.
Next.
Okay, so no longer the Horsemen, now they're Evolution. John Mayer, last night, nice scene with him where he was getting announced as a nominee and thought he had won when they said his name, when they were listing the nominations, and started to make a beeline for the stage while they were still putting nominations out there.
I was going to hit my John Mayer drop, but it's no longer on here. I guess the guys figured that he was a big winner. Why put him up on the replay?
Then he ended up winning that award. So it kind of took all the fun out of it when he was headed for the stage in a faux pas moment and then got to go up anyway.
John Mayer won what? 2 awards last night?
Yeah, he won 2 awards. I know he won Best Vocal Album and I guess Best Male Pop Vocal. So that's what he picked up last night.
Why is Earl mad at me over Carrie Underwood?
Because his Carrie Underwood booking got nixed.
It's done, Earl. Why you never told me Friday?
I mean, this is a big booking. I mean, she's one of the biggest stars in the country.
Is she going to be in here?
Yeah, she
was not. You're a fucking liar. She did not fly back here in the middle of the night. You just lie. All right, then you bring Carrie Underwood in today. Yes, it's back on. Bring her through these doors. I would love to meet her. All right? It's all on you, big man. I can't wait till she comes in. All right?
Oh, I mean,
good. She's booked.
I mean, calls have to be made. Calls were made and things.
Wait, let's bring her in. I'd love to meet her. I mean, it's going to be exciting.
I mean, once you said not to do it, I had to call Roland.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm trying to track the man down.
Nah. Sorry, Earl. You're a fucking liar. You tried to do a phone, or she is not here in town. And you didn't. When did you ever make a call when we were on the air?
Well, I've always made calls. When certain situations happens, I have to make calls.
All right, who did you cancel her with?
I had to call Roland.
All right, put me on with Roland, and I'll say I changed my mind. Bring her in. Since she flew all the way back in, I'm going to be glad to talk to her.
Well, I can't find Roland.
But you found him 40 seconds ago.
Well, I mean...
Just stop, Earl. Seriously. The next time you want to fucking join in the show, just say to yourself, I have no abilities. And that's what we'll be. All right?
All right.
You fucking gimmick killer.
Mary J. Blige, she's winning last night, and just running off a list of
I could give a shit, Fezzy. I honestly could give a shit about the Grammys. If you want to talk about it, go ahead and talk about it, but I'm not going to. Go ahead, chat it up. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just pissed at him. Tell me all about Mary J. Blige. I'd love to hear it.
I was just wondering because
I don't get all the zoo shows in the fucking country that do this stuff all day.
my thought was when she was running down her laundry list of people she said thank you to, at one point the Justice League came up. And I'm like, did you really run out of people that much to actually get down to the Justice League of America? Or is that just something that I've never heard of? So the Hideout guys are here. Well, Hideout or Next?
It's Next.
Yeah, this week Next. The Next Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
It doesn't have a ring to it, does it?
No, not quite. Not like the Hideout Boys.
So, and also last night,
J-Dubs and El Jefe in the hizzle.
How are you doing?
I just had to run over and yell at our producer. He drives me fucking nuts. Had a little fucking bit with him to screw up Roland, and he shits all over it. He fucking shits all over it. Where are your abilities at, Earl? Where's your fucking abilities?
I made a mistake.
But what do you plan on filling the fucking show with now that you can't fucking pull off this bit? That could have made you look good for a second. What do you plan on filling the fucking show with? Stuttering?
No. I'm not going to stutter through.
And this is in front of my pals, where I tell them, oh no, come to XM Radio. Everything runs smooth. Everything runs great. J-Dubs and El Jefe, what do you say, pals?
We just got in yesterday, so...
Why are you not with XM yet? Wiki tells us that he loves you guys. Elo tells us that he loves you guys. Who's dragging their feet?
Well, we had a meeting with them. Everything went well. We're just...
Waiting?
Waiting.
Let me guess. Bandwidth?
Yeah.
Always hear the word bandwidth. And I'll tell you the truth.
It's in my nightmares.
I don't even know what it is.
No.
I have no fucking idea what it means, but I hear, when we get to bandwidth, everything will be fantastic.
I have an XM, and I go try to switch through stuff, and I've never seen bandwidth on my my list of anything.
It's nowhere on the box, just no explanation at all.
Boys, you were doing well. You're flying high in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, what happens?
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts.
Yep.
So you're off the station there.
Mm-hmm.
What happened tonight? Did they go into shitter after you guys left?
I haven't even... Well, they weren't very far out of it when we were there. But,
Sure they were.
It's a don't look back Bob Dylan situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't stick around the scene like the alley of a rape. And we just decided to get out of there.
Get out of there.
Why do we want to relive the memories
with your torn dress?
Right.
You sit there. You're bleeding.
And we moved completely out of town.
Oh, you did?
100% out of town, because immediately after we get fired, that's when people start recognizing you around town and saying, hey, what happened? What happened to the show, guys? So we just completely...
you just went to the border and headed out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that. It's, hey, love the show. Can't wait to see what you guys open door policy on Friday. We got fired last week. So obviously you still didn't even listen.
So no one even wants to do that. Geez, what are you going to do for money now? It's got to be rough. Because the last thing you want to do is be seen working a straight job.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Know what I mean?
That's another reason why we got out.
That's another reason to go to Tampa.
Now, all right, so you're over in T-Town.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Living where? What side? Tampa side? Or...
Temple Terrace near USF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my chick has a place out there.
Now, your chick, is that the same chick you had in D.C.?
No, it's not at all.
Okay, so that's over.
That's,
Ouch.
yeah.
Yeah. And Dubs, you're still with your chick in D.C.
Nope. That ended right after we got fired.
So
Florida, where dreams die.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You had a bad day.
Yeah.
The funny thing there is both you guys, you leave, everything's going to go great.
Mm-hmm.
You're in sunny Florida. You both take your chicks with you.
Yep.
You lost them both down there?
Yeah.
What happened with you, Hefe? Your chick just left, or?
It was one of those. It had always been teetering, radio, kind of what the writer's going through.
Right.
Radio or me.
Oh yeah, she was always like you've taken your politics or whatever.
Yeah, she's doing the lawyer kind of stuff.
Right.
And Florida wasn't good for her. DC had to work out that way, so it was awful.
All right, so that was rough. So that happened how far into the gig?
And not very long.
Yeah.
Like weeks.
And you were laughing at him, Dubs. And in your opinion then, oh, I got a great chick. Look at you. You're fucked up. You don't know what you're doing with your life.
I know how to work a relationship.
Yeah, right.
And then we get fired. My chick freaks out that we're going to have to move again. So she starts fucking some guy from work.
Wow.
Yeah. But the thing I get right at first was, I think we've just grown apart.
Right, that's a lie.
And then I see all these text messages and...
So had it been going on a while, or do you think immediately?
I don't think... I think it was something that she knew was an option for a while.
Right.
And then she decides, well, there's no income coming in from over here. Why don't I slide this way?
Didn't they go on a company trip to Vegas?
Yeah, she
right
was,
after we got fired?
And that
Jesus.
kind of really
And you were like,
pushed it forward.
You didn't know at all?
No.
You're a fucking idiot, right?
It was one of those things. Dubs was like, I love Vegas. I'll come out. She's like, nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, okay, when do I pick you up from the airport? I'm going to get a ride home from a friend. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
So it's not that you grew apart, it's just that they grew closer.
Exactly.
Now, now, Jefe, were you hip to the fact that his chick seemed like she was the type to...
I'll be honest, I hated the bitch the whole time they've been
Never
together.
liked her,
Not
huh?
at all. I never thought they were good for each other, and I'm actually kind of happy he's out of it.
Of course you are. Nobody wants their fucking...
And now you got a
partner to be with
roommate.
Anybody. Yeah. Oh, you guys are all living together?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and not doing a show.
Go shopping together. No, we do one in our living room.
Oh, yeah, just doing that.
We sit there and watch TV.
and rip it.
Yeah,
Hefe's girlfriend.
yeah. Oh, she laughs. She likes.
So then the last I heard, you went up to JFK to do something. You were doing like a night show.
Yeah, we did a week worth of nights, kind of like what we're doing this week at Free FM we're doing.
And of course, I didn't listen to any of it, but all the guys on RonFez.net said he killed, and it was fantastic.
It went well, and then we really didn't hear anything back from them. They said that they offered us the job, but we turned it down because the money wasn't good enough. That's what we hear that they're telling people around the station.
Yeah, there were all sorts of rumors that they brought an offer to us. We didn't like it. We said, no fucking way.
Yeah,
we'll go hang out.
Because we have all this clout.
Yeah, right.
We're demanding.
There's times that you turn down offers, and that's when you have a job.
Yeah.
Right.
Normally, when you don't have a job, you're like, I'll happily accept this. That's what I'll do right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that is not going to work out. They
already
start
signed
a brand new show
Yep.
tonight called Unzipped.
Mm-hmm.
And Unzipped is like girls giving guys advice.
I guess so. I'm not really too sure. I haven't listened to
He
it.
said, she said, I guess. I honestly have no idea. That's what it sounds
Okay.
like.
That's no. That's always no. All right, so now you talk with XM. They definitely want to do something with you. but the
Bandwidth.
timing isn't right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's why we're kind of thinking, hey, let's hang out in Tampa. Let's enjoy the weather. Let's see Fezzy when he comes down on vacation. And then, once everything gets nice here in New York, maybe scoot up. Although we never got a call from Fez back. Thanks.
Why, Fez, get back in touch with people. Stay in touch.
I usually stay on the St. Pete side of the bay. Don't make it into the Tampa area. The
Bridges?
Tampa,
We can drive.
Exactly.
Bridges, always a problem. By the way, did you book that guy that sounds exactly like Fez that wrote the book, Earl?
No, not yet.
Is that another lie? You too busy opening the door for Carrie Underwood? Because I just checked, she's not even in fucking town. Everything was a lie, wasn't it?
That part of it, yes.
An unbelievable lie, would you say, Earl?
Yeah.
A lie that holds zero fucking truth? You and the writer, I do not get it anymore. I do not understand it. We'll see what happens with this gig in 2 weeks. That's when it all comes down. Hey, Doug, you're in Ron Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, pal.
Hey, we knew the Jefe and Dubs were coming up there, so we got a Power Talk room going for their. I guess what are they doing
Next.
every night? This
Next.
Yeah.
Now, Next was the name of the failed Steve Jobs after Apple thing, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
And then didn't Lorne Michaels have a show called Next that was like a sketch show after he left Saturday Night Live?
I remember there being a TV show called Next.
All right, we were riding high, feeling good about it.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, like a sack of bricks.
All right, so you guys will be in the Pal Talk room tonight at 10?
Yeah, one of our guys, Lee Mell's got a Power Talk room going. We got some listening threads going on FBA, and we're all about the Jefe and Dubs. They do a great show, and everybody needs to get behind them and make sure they end up in a good place.
We
All right,
appreciate the
peace.
support, boys.
The FBA guys, always good guys.
Love them.
And unfucking believably hot chicks they have over there. I
Yeah,
don't
he
even
was sending me.
understand
Doug was sending me these threads of just hot chicks posing
I know.
all kinds of nudes on there.
I think we're getting a party going. I think Mikey Boy and Schnitty are working out something maybe on Friday night.
Nice. After the gimmick, after midnight?
Yeah.
So John Manelli brought you in, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's he been to you so far?
He's been awesome to us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been cool from the very beginning. He definitely he kind of dug us first before JFK, but they kind of stepped in. But giving a lot of tips, and he seems pretty stoked about the idea. We're going to actually go meet with him here in a little while. Him and Al Dukes.
Lunch?
No, I don't think so.
Just to kind of see.
We aren't that important yet.
Get a meal out of them.
Yeah. Always try to get a meal. Always bring them down to a meal.
We're thinking we're going to do that with Line Wand.
Line Wand is always good for a meal. And make him go, he's got the fucking special card. Make sure you're eating steaks.
All right.
Fez, you'll buy a meal, too. You got your own special card, that JetBlue card. Every time he buys somebody a steak, he gets a free trip. And you haven't been returning calls to the boys?
Well, I thought I had. Didn't I talk to J-Dubs like just last week?
Yeah, we talked last week.
I just don't call Jefe back.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you there.
I don't speak Spanish.
Well, he's not Spanish anymore. He's next. It's all happening tonight on Free FM. Next. Here's Fritz. Fritz, you're on Fez.
Yeah, buddies, I don't mean to jinx the whole name or anything, but there's just a fucking terrible show on MTV called Next also. It's a dating show, and it's just awful.
All right.
Well, let's...
We did imaging.
Yeah, we already did imaging.
Do you want to go back to the original title, Gang Rape, and just say... No, what...
That was the Saturday Night shows.
This is a concept show, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just being straight two guys...
The big thing, I guess, CBS is looking for something different. That was the key word, something different.
Different from you guys or different from us?
No, just kind of like period where, like a he said, she said show.
Right.
Something different.
Right.
So we just...
gimmicky, kind of.
Yeah.
I see.
So, and something, kind of formatted, so we figure we roll with the next thing. And it's the top 10 stories of the day, 2 hours with jokes, with Dubs and I. So we're actually pretty excited about it. We think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to move pretty fast.
What about you call it the fastest 2 hours in radio and just get that out there?
If we can get Booth to do some imaging, because obviously Next is in the hole.
No, I do. I like Next. I think it's going to work out. Next! You yell that every once in a while?
We have something that yells it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you taking calls or just you two?
Yeah,
All right.
we'll be taking calls and everything.
Yeah.
So you'll take your next caller.
Yes.
So basically, this is
Next generation of radio.
Really, hey, we're going to sell you whatever you want, and then we're going to do our own kind of radio. Mm-hmm. Fezzi and I have been there. One time, we actually got to New York with RonandFez.com.
Exactly.
And it was a total lie. I don't even think I owned a computer at the time.
No.
And I go, it's all going to be about the internet. And they're like, internet? I fucking never forget this. We came into New York. Right away, they take us on a fucking sales call to some... I don't want to say what the thing is because I think the product is fucking obsolete. And it looked like a movie set. It was like the brick wall and all these young, and picture every ethnic fucking thing you could see. Young guys and girls that were like Japanese and Spanish and black and white. And they were all just typing away like a Gap fucking commercial, right? So we go back. Your computer will be your phone. And I'm like, what? Yeah, you'll be able to turn your computer into a phone. And we explained the thing of RonandFez.com. Love it. Guy sat at his desk, wrote a check for $250,000, handed it over. I'm like, this is the best. Literally the next week, the bubble fucking burst on the whole .com thing.
Did you cash a check already?
Yeah. Yeah. And never did figure out how to use this product. We used to lie and say we were taking calls from people over their computer.
Yeah, saying that this is the person on this special phone when just the regular phone.
Because I don't think anyone had. Because if it's not like people are going, instead of a phone, I need something bigger. I need something larger that's stuck to a desk. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Run Fez.
Yo, buddy.
Yeah.
I got Queen Latifah scheduled for a 1:30 phoner, if that's cool with you.
No, I don't think that's going to happen either.
Bill, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Jefe, Dubs, Ron, Fez, Bill Milliken, Baptist PI, Titanic Radio. How you doing?
Oh, jeez.
Listen, Hypothetical question. I want to get my breaking news at 10 o'clock at night. What channel should I listen to?
Bill, one of the things you try to do when you move along is get rid of old characters. I don't think Dubs and Jefe want to talk to you anymore.
I doubt that's true, Ron.
You are one of the things that drug them down.
How dare you, sir? How dare you spoil my name like that?
So his idea of doing a character is just to do this with his voice. I've got a character.
Familiar, doesn't it?
Sid?
Yeah, Bill.
Sid, stop it. Just stop it.
No.
He won't give it up.
He's not going to give it up.
No, he won't tap out. He wants to be part of Next.
All right, now Jefe and Dubs in with us today. They're doing another opportunity to get on the radio here in New York City this week. Anything else out there? Anybody else calling you guys? I would have thought, because when you guys first went on the beach, everybody was interested. Everybody I talked to. Yeah, I love those guys. We need some fresh blood. We need some younger guys.
For about 5 days, my phone was ringing nonstop.
Yeah.
It's kind of tailed off every day since.
Now it just stopped.
Mm-hmm. My mom calls still, sometimes.
I mean, your own chick's left.
Yeah, I know.
That's the bad thing. Now, have you talked to her since?
Well, we're still like sharing the same bank account because we have like the apartment in both our names and everything. So we're still trying to get through all that. So there's still a lot of contact there, just about money.
She's also doing this weird thing, too, of still being his friend.
Trying
like,
that angle.
Like adding new MySpaces and like the photo of those two are stuff up on her MySpace and stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of pisses me off.
She's really cute.
Yeah.
She's adorable. Every time I met her, she's very, very sweet. But women are fucking crazy. They are just crazy. They're unpredictable. Fez, you did the right thing.
What's that?
Just kept your dick dry. Nobody can fuck. Everybody thought that was a bad idea, but in the long run, it really seems like it was smart. Carrie, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, this is Carrie Underwood. Earl never tried to get a hold of her. I'd come in studio today. You know, I am in town.
Carrie, let me apologize to you for us using your name today. Could have been very, very funny. Could have, it was like a little idea to fuck with Roland from the O&A show since he was in trouble with Ope today. Gave it all to Earl on a fucking silver platter. Earl takes the silver platter, shits on it, Fez, then sticks that silver platter up his ass, shits it back out, and tries to give it to me.
More of a Pittsburgh platter.
El Ross, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Glad to hear you guys got the Hideout on the air, giving them, letting them get the word out there about what they're doing tonight. We're all of us down here in Florida are going to be glad to hear them on the air again.
El Ross, big fan of yours?
Yeah, he's one of the guys who's on all the boards. And
very good guy, very helpful.
Yeah, and condolences on the death of Matt Albert, of course, guys.
That's a bit that Tommy decided to run, our old producer, that one of our friends died, and everybody believed it.
Just to say that friend died?
Just because he's bored and not in radio right now. So
yeah, that never backfires on you when you do.
I guess the Monsters over at Real Radio did a whole eulogy for him because they thought he actually died.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that, Dubs, is I called in to tell them that you guys were going to be back on the air tonight, and first Thursday Jim was pretty nice, and he said they weren't involved with that whole Matt Albert being dead thing, were they?
Yeah.
And I kind of tried to get you guys out of the corner on that one.
We didn't do anything.
I just threw Tommy under the bus, basically. So,
thanks, El Ross.
All right, peace, El Ross.
Later.
Thanks for supporting the boys. It's the Hideout Boys. Here's Robert. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Ron Fez. Just to bring this up real quick on the replays, it appears that Earl edited out his fuck up that day, but left Fez farting.
Of course he did.
Check in on that. Isn't too happy about it.
Earl goes out of his way to fucking protect Earl. You are the best producer for Earl.
First of all, I did not edit Tuesday's show at all.
Earl, you're lying.
I'm not lying.
I know without even checking because I see you talking. And that immediately means that you're lying. Here's somebody who lives in Tampa, maybe love to hang out with you guys if you like to get together for dinner. It's Gail O. Hi, Gail O.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, jeez. What's wrong, honey?
Oh, he's been cleaning out the line of credit, 7,000 here, 3,000 there. And the woman, my lawyer said, you have to take all the money out of the line of credit and put it in another bank. He found out about yesterday, and he punched me around and hit me, and I called 911.
Smart.
And, you know, I just have a broken heart now. I can't even cry. He refuses to pay for the electricity, to the mortgage. He refuses to have me have health insurance. And my left arm is all screwed up. I can only...
From his punching?
Yes.
You know, I've been friends with Paulo for a long time, Gail.
I know you have.
But only now am I realizing what an awful person that he is.
He is really... I've always known he was violent, but...
It sounds like you were married to Hitler all these years.
Yes, it was Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And it was...
And you were Poland.
Yeah, because I loved him. I had 2 abortions because I loved him, and
Sure.
He said he would...
I would have sent flowers.
What better way to show love?
He's never given me any presents.
No.
This year he says, we're skipping Christmas this year.
No.
Yeah.
Now, are you taking anything, Gail? You seem a little down today.
Well, I'm just really down because I lost my house keys and I have to have somebody come out and fix them.
Do you have anyone to live with right now, Gail?
No.
Now, I have my friend J-Dubs here. He lives in Tampa. His girlfriend just left him with somebody from work.
Fate?
Yeah. So he's going through the same thing as you are.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
I think he's looking for a living gal pal.
Well, if he is. But the only trouble is I have 4 dogs.
That's no problem for him. All he wants is a friend with benefits.
Yeah, I have benefits.
Oh, hot.
Well,
I know she's not against going to the clinic.
No.
I get $500 a month annuity, but
that's
I'm
not bad.
Working.
That's a good benefit.
No, it's not bad, but New York rent is.
Yeah. Well, you live in Tampa, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Mhm. You don't have to worry about New York rent.
New York.
Now, when Paul attacked you yesterday and started punching you, what brought it on?
I was trying to talk to him about the situation and that, you know, I would put the $28,000 back if he was paying bills with it, but I just can't trust him because he's draining the account and there's nothing left.
He's insane right now.
My lawyer says I can't touch that money either. I'm down to $56.
That's no good, right?
Well, not if you've got to try to take care of the house and you have to... There are things that he needs to do here that he's let go, and I mean...
Where did he meet this girl of his?
I don't know. Email.
Damn computers.
I heard it was on an Elton John website, a message board. Yeah.
It was.
Was he always a big Elton John fan?
Yes, that's his favorite artist.
Did he ever take you to see Elton?
Once when it was raining in Orlando.
How ironic, right? Raining like tears.
Yeah.
Elton John, the thing that leads to the tears of your marriage.
It's just the whole thing. I'm very weak. I haven't eaten for almost 8 days.
You haven't eaten anything for 8 days?
No, sir. I can't get it past my throat. I just throw it up again.
Because he's got you so upset.
He's got me so upset I'm losing keys and phones, and I don't have the money to...
Fez, when are you heading back to Florida? I'd like you to check in on her.
Probably in the next month or 2.
Can you go sooner? Can you just whip down this weekend? Just in and out? Just straighten up some of the things that she needs in the house?
Well, I suppose I could drop off some burgers or something.
She can't eat right now.
We'll give you a ride.
You guys drive the whole way?
Yep. He slept the whole way. I drove, basically.
Like a baby.
Mhm.
Great.
That drive isn't too bad, is it? I mean,
What is it, like 20 hours, 24 hours?
Oh, 18.
About 18? The way you guys drive?
Mm-hmm.
Taking 2 hours off. Did you drive straight through?
Yeah.
Mad dogs. Mad dogs. Fez, why don't you head on back down with the boys, drive on down, spend a couple of days with her. I just will feel better if I know that everything's straightened out. You can look over
everything isn't straightened out.
I know you need the oven fixed still, right?
The stove fixed, and all his bookcases and his bags of crap, and the mother-in-law apartment is filled with garbage, and he has a storage lock. He has a storage compartment which he only knows the key for, and the password.
Fezzy, why don't you head down there and do a queer eye and just totally redo the whole house?
I'm just not that handy is the problem.
Yes, you are. You're very handy.
I'm not going to be able to fix that oven.
I can be help. I can help. It's mostly packages of things that I have a hard time moving, that I've been trying to store, but I don't have a storage place.
Gail, are you still working on the book?
Yes, I'm still working on the book.
What's the title right now?
Next.
29/30 mistakes.
What's that? 29 of 30 mistakes?
29/30 mistakes of a good girl.
Oh, that sounds like a great... Why don't you just call it I Was Married to Garbage for 30 years?
Oh, no.
No, because you still love him.
I know.
You still love Hitler. And there's a lot of people in Germany like that, too.
My dad
There's even
was
some in
born
Jersey.
Germany. He
What?
was born in Denmark.
Is that right? He was a Dane?
Mm-hmm. Can't you tell by his features? He's got that Nordic
Paleness?
nose.
Yeah.
Nordic nose and that kind of... Well, anyway.
Yeah, what's that matter, right? 29 of 30 mistakes.
Yeah, and I want to write them on the computer, but I don't know how to put the discs in there.
Put the disc in there.
Yeah, the punch card.
Fez will go over that for you. He's basically Geek Squad. He'll get down there and get that thing up and running.
This sounds like too much to do in a weekend.
You need a week?
No.
He doesn't want to come over here.
All right, don't be that way, Fez. Now you hurt her feelings. How far are you from Temple Terrace, Gail?
I live right on the border. And
Perfect. I'll have J-Dubs and Jefe come by. They're the next boys. They're the ones that are always doing stuff next.
Okay, so I'm sorry about Fez. I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
No, he hurt your feelings. He's basically, his friendship with Paul O has clouded his abilities to look at this thing fairly.
It's rough because I wanted to be friends with both of you, but it looks like we're going to have to choose sides here.
You've always been bros before hoes.
I'm not asking you to do anything. He told me never to call you again, that he damaged me on the air.
Oh, Jesus.
And that I couldn't call you anymore. And actually, that's what I was calling you for. To tell you that I can't speak to you anymore.
This drives me crazy.
Or he'll hurt me.
We're not going to let him hurt you.
I can't lift my shoulder, and he's canceling my health insurance.
Why would he cancel her health insurance after hurting her shoulder, Fez?
Because he hates me. Can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it.
We used to be so much in love.
To me, you two were the perfect couple.
Yeah, we were.
All right. There.
I don't know what happened to him with this woman. But she says she'll stay with him. I said to him yesterday, I said, yeah, she's going to want to push a 70-year-old man around in a wheelchair when she's still young.
True.
He's almost there now.
No.
Well, he fights like he's 16, doesn't he?
Oh, he fights. He fights. When he throws punches and he scratches your face, you are out of commission for a while.
He's that good, huh? in a squared
and
circle.
The choking, when he chokes me really hard, I can see stars in front of my eyes, and I know that he's almost there.
Almost ready to kill you.
Almost ready to kill me, and this has gone on. And if you don't remember your last radio show, I mentioned this to you, too.
Yeah, I do. I remember that very well. Something's got to be done about Paul O.
Well, he's out of control, it sounds like.
He is
He's
out of
sick.
control. He's completely out of control.
He's a freak.
And this new woman just seems to have...
You know, part of the times I was embarrassed for him on the radio.
Me too. And I was
embarrassed.
Me too.
And I tried to protect him, but he wouldn't listen to me. I just start screaming at him, "Get off the phone, you're making a fool of yourself."
Right. I remember that.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
Right. I thought they'd never end.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, Gail? I mean, first of all, you shouldn't let
him live by myself.
Can you sell that house?
Well, yeah, but what do I do with the 4 dogs? I can't use the dogs.
I know. She loves those dogs.
I know.
All 4 of them.
They are wonderful dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They're the sweetest little things in the world.
Now, how's Regis?
Regis is just dying.
Yeah.
He tries so hard. Plumpity plump, plumpity plump.
What's that? What's the glumpity glump?
When he walks, he sort of has that kind of, splayed paw thing, and he...
What do the dogs do when Paulo is choking you and punching you? Do they attack him?
Napoleon gets right next to me on the chair and growls at him and goes for him.
Good for Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon will Truffles is... She's scared too, but Napoleon, the little darling, he is right up there with me.
Hey, hold on, Gail. Norm is on. He wants to help you. Hey, Norm.
Yeah.
What can we do for you, buddy?
Hey, buds. I got friends. I'm in the appliance business, and I got friends down in Tampa that could probably hook up our stove for her. We'll take care of that.
Would that be okay with you, Gail? He's in the appliance business.
Yes, it would be.
And he knows people.
Knows people that clean too and move.
Well, that's a lot now. He just
no. I could. Yeah, I'm
fix
sure
the
somebody will
stove.
take care of it for you.
Just fix the stove, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the stove and the oven are broken.
All right, hold on, Norm. I said, there you go. He's going to try to fix the stove in the oven. How's that make you feel?
That makes me feel wonderful.
Yeah, geez, you don't seem too happy today.
A little punchy.
I've been punched down. I've been told I won't ever have any more money. I've been told to go to hell. I've been told that I've been ugly.
Why would he... Fez, Paulo's your best friend. Why does he act like this?
I don't know. I would have thought there would be some compassion, but there hasn't been.
How does a maniac like this, how can he find joy in the sensitivity of an Elton John song? That's what I don't understand.
I don't understand his frame of mind. I don't understand, but I always knew something was wrong with him.
Right, me too.
I always knew there was something wrong with him. I never ruled out gay, you know that.
No, me neither.
You never can.
So you think he's a woman-hating gay?
Followed. We'd be holding hands in New York, and we would get followed by gay guys.
Right.
And I, of course, had to turn around and scare them out of their minds.
Smart.
But, I mean, he was always, his friends were all gay. One of them we're not sure what he is.
Uh-huh.
One of them blew his brains out with LSD.
Well, we've all done that, honey. Let's not blame that on gayness. All right, so
There's nothing I can say.
Yeah. So
I don't mean to be unhappy.
No, you're not. I mean, you're going through a thing. That's what friends are for. But you were married for 30 years to a gay guy, Elton John fan, who also has anger issues.
Yes. He's a very vicious human being.
I'm picking up on that.
If he gets into an argument with you, you run for cover.
Yeah.
Because you are going to get hurt.
Some of those gay guys can fight.
Well,
I don't blame it on the gayness.
No, he can fight, and he can punch, and he can put you out.
Wow.
I blame it on this other woman, because none of this was happening before she came along.
It's this other woman, and I've tried to talk to him about him. I said,
that's his tiny dancer.
Everybody would be okay if you just moved home and acted like the Catholic person that you are and the grown-up men that you're supposed to be.
He's always been a child.
Always been a child.
A gay child.
I mean, he wanted me to get a job at a radio station or a TV because I write, and I speak. I won the Future Business Leaders of America. When I was 15, I was state secretary.
Right.
So
Secretary of State. That is not easy to be.
Right before Cyrus Vance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. T-Bone says he'll help you with something. T-Bone.
Hey, I'm in Tampa right now, and I'll help this hominy-headed idiot out with her computer.
I don't like the attitude. I'm going to take you off
Sorry.
there. Because
Sorry about that, but it's true.
I don't think so. Gail, don't listen.
I used to know all the word programs. I used to know how to do everything, but when I took care of my mother-in-law for 6 years, I just didn't use it as much, and I've forgotten.
All you've done is take care of others. And this is the way you're treated now.
Yeah. I wear my dad's ring around my middle finger. I don't know what good it's going to do.
Maybe he'll look over you and protect you next time Paul's choking and punching.
He's always just walks in this house. He's on the phone, right? And I put the phone down and he walks in. So he hasn't been driving and calling me. He wanted to catch me by surprise.
And
I have to hide things.
And he just leapt out at you and just started swinging, didn't even ask a question?
Yeah, because I wanted to talk to him about what's been going on, and he wouldn't talk to me, and he started shoving me and then punching me.
He belongs in jail.
And he dragged me from the patio room into the living room.
Here is Dan. Dan, you're on Run Fez.
Hi, I'm a veterinarian, and I'd like to help Gail. I could put the dogs to sleep for free of charge.
I wouldn't want that, would you, Gail?
Oh, no, I couldn't put them to sleep.
That's all you have right now.
That's all I have.
Napoleon
I would
protects
die.
you.
I would die, really, Ron. When I talked to my psychiatrist last night, he has a bit of a crush on me, but don't say his name on the phone.
Right.
Never.
Okay, because
but a doctor.
Last time somebody did, and he wasn't too happy about his professional license or anything.
He was the one that commented that your shirt was open.
Yeah.
He loved that. He loved it.
He has a crush on me a little bit.
Sure, I don't blame him. Now, did he say anything about Paul beating up on you?
Yes, he said that I have to get police reports and a restraining order.
Uh-huh.
And Paul's he's an officer with Falkenberg Academy, and they all just swarm around him and believe everything that he says.
Sure, he's one of them.
The blue wall of silence.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I don't have any defense. He can say whatever he wants.
He's one of them. Yeah. He's always made really good money, though, huh, Paul?
No.
No?
No.
No?
What do you think a police officer makes?
I don't know. What does he make down there in Tampa?
He doesn't even make $21,000.
Not even.
Not even.
He's never in his life made more than $21,000 a year?
No.
Well, then where does all this money come from?
$6 an hour. Well, this money is a line of credit on the house.
Oh, no.
He's going to foreclose the house.
Oh, no.
And I'm really going to need a place to live and be strong enough to... Someone told me how to break into the storage room, but what would I do? Where would I put it?
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, mistake number 29.
Yeah. I trusted him with my life.
You offered up your innocence. He handled it with scorn.
And he knows that I was molested as a child by my father, and he knows that my mother left for a year and a half, and what a hellish...
Hey, Gail, you had never told us before about being molested, but why wear the ring of the guy who molested you?
Because I still love him, too.
Oh. You know, so many men in her life have let her down, Fez.
The only ones that haven't are the dogs.
Her dad, Paul, you, Fez.
Me?
Where have you been? You're going to get down there this weekend and get some things done. All right, Gail, we got to go, honey.
I know you do. And if he's listening, you just tell him that I had to call you.
I don't blame you.
But I promise I won't bother you.
Earl, where's Paul hiding from us today? He doesn't want to have to deal with this?
He's with Melon.
Yeah, we tried every number. He's not picking up any of them.
He's with his new girlfriend.
I have her phone number.
Do you have the same one, Earl?
So no, I have 310.
Hold on, honey. Don't say that. Do you have the same number as her?
That one I don't have, no.
All right, hold on. I'll put you on hold. Get that number off her. Maybe we can reach Paul over there. Well, you boys, I'm talking with the Hideout boys, J-Dubs and Jefe are here. Maybe you could get over there, and I don't know, maybe kill Polo or something.
Well, if he's beating up on her like that, like she says.
Of course she is.
I'll do it for $56. Is that what she said she had?
That's what she says she has now. But then, I know that she went through a couple $100,000, but I didn't know that Paul already had a thing out on the house.
No, I didn't know that either. I thought that was like from her parents or something. I thought that was some inheritance that she went through.
I think the inheritance money is already gone. And now Paulo's trying to roll that house over.
That's the next step.
That's his little gimmick. He turned into a mad dog. A mad dog, I tell you.
He's gone from not being able to stand up to her to doing nothing but just going the other way with her.
Maybe he's been lying to us all these years. So many years. Any luck getting hold of him?
It's a busy signal.
All right, Gail O, he's hiding from us today.
He's hiding from you today.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been telling you truth for 10 years.
At least.
So anyway, I'll let you guys go. You take care of yourself.
You take care of yourself.
Okay.
And do me a favor, please eat something.
I'll try.
We're all worried about you.
Well, I can be twiggy now.
Oh, that's... You know what? The whole bulimic thing, I know Jefe is into
bulimic.
it. No. But you're saying you're not eating.
No. I can't. I walk into the kitchen and the cockroaches swarm all over me.
Oh.
There's an animal in the attic that keeps crawling around and falling in the middle of the night.
Maybe it's Paul.
What is that animal? Do you know?
No. One time it was a rat. One time it was another thing.
It takes different forms.
I live kind of in hell, and I've been so overwhelmed that I try to clean the kitchen and the bathroom, but all the rooms are not okay.
No.
I can't do it.
Well, maybe Paul can help.
No, he won't help. That's his number one joy.
Do me a favor, rip him in this book, would you please? Expose him for what he really is.
He doesn't seem to care because of this woman, Melanie. She is... Don told me the movie was a farce.
Yeah.
And
who's done?
She only really had anything to do with him because of it.
Yeah, once he started directing that movie. Dubs, this is so much like your story. Did you ever see the guy that your chick's with now?
No.
Do you even want to or no?
No, I'm not interested in that.
What if it's the same person? What if it's Melly? All right.
I'd love to know who she is.
Yeah, you've never seen her?
No, I've never seen her.
From what I understand, she's beautiful.
She is.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's Paulo. He's always got an eye for the beauties.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me anymore.
Well, you were back in your day, right?
Yeah, but now nobody's going to look at me now.
What about your psychiatrist?
Oh, please. He's married and has children and grandchildren.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe
There's nobody out here for me, especially in Florida. I'm not going to meet anybody. I'm going to die in this house.
What about a singles cruise?
Cruise? I can't afford a cruise.
Fez?
What?
Double date singles cruise?
I am not taking her on a cruise.
Sounds like she needs a road trip, and so do you.
Lost at sea for 7 days with Mrs. Paulo.
All right, Gail, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'm sorry, Fez. Okay, bye.
You don't have to apologize to me.
Oh,
Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where is she?
Why would you do that? You know, as bad as she gets, she always remembers what time the show goes on. But today's the first day I thought she was medicated since Paul left her.
Yeah, usually she's been a lot more fired up.
Yeah.
Like Paul kept her
And
down
clear.
out.
And clear.
Where she knew exactly what was getting her upset. This just sounds like the Paulo's wife that used to call.
No, that's the, every 8th time, Paulo's wife. The 7th, she would be just screaming. Somewhere, we don't have the kind of production team to keep this together, but somewhere we got all these old bits of her screaming. We used to have to dump out on her on regular radio all the time. But did you guys, and you guys have known Paul too, did you ever once think that he would end up leaving her, though?
No. He put up with so much stuff for so long of her, just punching him while he was on the phone and everything. I figured there's no way.
I got to spend some quality time once picking him up from an airport and bringing him over to the station.
Yeah.
And he seemed like just an incredibly beaten man.
He was.
It was never any hope of him. And he also stunk a little bit, but that's
Sure. He stinks bad.
Yeah.
But here's the thing for Paul. And his spinach, the thing that gave him power, was pussy. And I think it happens that way for most guys. You know, they're always going, why do you dump your old wife and go for the younger one? And you don't want to say, 'cause it's better. But there's got to be a word so that they'll understand.
He never would have tried this unless there was something else to go to.
When I see an older man with an older woman, it just seems hideous to me. It seems like, what happened? Haven't you done anything with your life? It's like watching a guy driving around in an old beat-up car. It doesn't make sense. Now, Dubs, are you dating again?
I'm out there looking around. I've been seeing a few people, but nothing
People,
too serious.
Not even all women.
Yeah, there's...
When you say people, so is this better for you yet?
Yeah. I was down for a little bit, but now it's actually working out.
Hefe, were you the good friend when he was down, or were you doing the I told you so?
I like to think I can balance it really well. I always knew she wasn't for you, but I can be here if you need to stay with me.
See, I don't think there's a balance. I think once the I told you so's out, you've gone that direction.
What, the I told you so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does feel good to know, especially when after years you're finally proven right. Well, look at what pussy finally fucking called us back. Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Where were you hiding? She just did a half an hour with us.
I wasn't aware that she was going to do a half an hour, and,
You beat her and choked her?
You see, I got to tell you, things are getting really out of control with her. She's really lost her mind because I really thought I was going to help her. I thought I was going to try and help her dealing with her problems, even though I can't handle her anymore.
Right.
But she's using every ability she can now to try and control me and get me back.
You got to go back. You got to do the right thing.
So what she's basically doing is using every kind of emotional and blackmail that she can. Now, you know what she just did over last week? She removed all the money out of the home equity account that I was using to pay all of her credit card bills.
Where did that money go?
She hasn't told me yet.
Yeah. She said you moved that money.
But that's the point. Her whole life has been one endless lie, and I've been trying to deal with it all these years.
What is going to happen to you now? You're not going to be able to pay off these debts, right?
I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, the house is going to get taken, right?
Yeah, and I'm not going to pay any of the bills because, I'm letting her live there, and, so she's basically doesn't, and unfortunately, not only does she lie constantly, but she doesn't understand what you say to her. So there's no level of communication because everything she says is a lie.
Why would you punch her and choke her and hurt her shoulder?
But that's the point. She's lying about everything. She never. I mean, she's like. I don't want to compare it to anybody because I know there's someone I
He won't deny that he didn't do it.
So what are you talking about? I'm saying that I didn't do it. I'm saying that everything she says is a lie. That's the point. In other words, I've been trying in my gullible, stupid, naive fashion to help her, and then, she'll be real nice to me to my face, and then lie to me, behind my back constantly and do these things behind my back. That's why I'm so trusting. I mean, I leave the money there, and then she goes in and takes it. Because I never expect these things because I figure, well, she's, being so nice to my face.
All right, now who did she say told her that the movie was a lie?
Don.
All right, do you know who Don is? Is that critter?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I said to her, well, what is this? You're saying that somebody, and she'll do that. She'll say, oh, well, I'm talking to all these people, and I know all these things. And I say, well, who are you talking to? The only person you can be talking to is Don. Because, there's no one else who has an interest in trying to subvert and sabotage. And she says, I'm not telling you. And no, it's a whole bunch of people. And, she'll be doing things like this all the time.
Now, Paulo, the film anthology people are going to yank out if you can't come up with a film. They want to see it now. Is that right, Earl?
Yes, they want to see a print of the film.
Why can't we just show it sight unseen?
Well, first of all, I have no problem, and I'm not concerned at all about the film anthology people. I'm going to have the film ready. I'm going to have a basic rough edit this week, actually, and then I'm coming up for the weekend of the Oscars, and I guess the Big Ass Show. I'm trying to commit to that today.
All right, what stunt are you going to be doing at the Big Ass Bash?
Well, sir, I just told you just a second ago that I'd probably be able to make the show, and we hadn't had any discussions at this point about what's done.
But you need some kind of publicity to kick off the hype right now for Gap.
Young director does this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, Yui Bowl wanted to fight a bunch of critics, but that's because he had put out a bunch of crappy movies, and all the critics attacked him, and then he fought the critics literally in the ring. But, I mean, obviously I had no intention or thought of doing a stunt, because obviously I've done that over the years, and I thought I could put all that behind me. But,
no, I don't think so, Paul.
Of course not.
I think it's time to knock the city on its ass. You got ran out of New York a long time ago. New York laughed in your face. You left a failure. You went down. You abused a woman for 30 years. You sucked her dry. Now it's your chance. This is your Rocky Balboa, where you come back and try to do something big.
Well, I actually have a lot of filming to do. Not a lot of filming, but there's a couple of shots that we're supposed to do Saturday morning. So I don't think drinking in an enormous amount is a good idea. So,
that's not for you.
Yeah.
And usually I pukey.
Right, we can't have that happen, too, because it's a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. So
what about this? You come back with, we'll fly Gail up, and we'll play the newlywed game with the two of you, and just see how well you know each other.
In all honesty, as I said, I'm a gullible, naive person, and I had every intention of helping her every step of the way because, we already know that she's got mental problems, and I felt bad.
You claim that you never hit her?
No.
And you didn't choke her?
No.
And there's no reason that her shoulder should hurt?
The shoulder hurt because she dived off a stepladder trying to get drugs I had hidden from her.
Well, that was a long time ago, right?
Well, it was like 6 months ago. She did two shoulders. She did one shoulder years ago when she was wandering around the house in a daze, and when I tried to find out what was going on, she keeled backwards.
Right. Hey, Gail?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's on saying that you never did get hurt over the weekend.
Yeah, he did hurt me last night. He punched me around. He wanted to get me out of the patio room. He pushed me up the stair, and I fell. And then then he slapped me, and he punched me and told me to stay there and not move.
But you do realize, Gail, that all you do is try and I'm not going to pay any of the bills because you have all the money now because you're taking it out of the account.
That's not what you said this morning.
This morning? I haven't talked to you this morning. I've been asleep.
Who took the money out of the accounts? Did Gail take it out or Paul?
Well, both of them did. He took $7,000, then he took $3,000, then he took a $20,000 credit on his own line of credit, and he was still draining the line of credit that I signed for. And my lawyer told me that I had to take it all out. I can't spend it, but I had to take it all out of the bank before he completely deteriorated the money. And I told him I would talk with him, and we could talk to the lawyer, and we could make some kind of plans. But he's
Ron, I'm going to need a minute here.
Doing that.
Okay.
First of all, what she doesn't, and this is what I keep trying to tell her. When I found out about this a few days ago, I told her, listen, Gail, the problem that you don't seem to understand is you spent another $5,000 last month, and you spent a few thousand the month before that.
$5,000.
Yeah, yes, that's the point. You don't understand what you're doing.
No, it's not $5,000, Paul.
You don't understand what you're doing. You're constantly doing things and then not admitting them and lying about them.
You guys, I don't want to talk to him. All he's going to do is lie and make excuses for himself.
You know all about lies.
Paul, why do you have to be like that? Why do you got to attack her?
I'm not trying to because I'm done with her. After she took that money out, she doesn't realize.
You won't give me any money. You won't let me get my prescription. I have a broken arm you won't fix. You're taking me off your health insurance.
Am I the only one that sees that you two are in love? That this is all about love?
It is about love.
Thank you.
It is about love. But he won't leave that woman.
It is about love. That's why you do everything you can to destroy me.
No, Paul, that's not true. I started to get wise to what you were doing to me.
Now I'm done with that.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Paul, I have to have somebody to protect me. I'm all out there, all on my own. I can't afford anything.
I was going to try and help you and
you were going to try to help me the way you threatened me 2 weeks ago. 30 years
of your lies, I can't take it anymore.
Can't you move in with you and your girlfriend?
You know what, Paul? You can afford to give me money if you wanted to. You could mail it to me. But you refuse to help in any way.
Send her some money.
I'm going to die in this house.
You just took all the money.
Well, Paul, you know what? I told you about that money, and I told you why I did it. Because you were withdrawing large amounts from the bank.
It's going to be a problem, because now I won't be able to pay the bill.
That's not true, Paul.
It's not true. You took $30,000 that I was trying to keep everything current. All your credit card
bills. I did it at my lawyer's advice. Because
your lawyer doesn't know anything, so I need to go sit down with him and explain his client is a fool.
If you're willing to go with me on Monday morning to the bank, we'll see what we could do, or see Jessica.
Next Monday. Next Monday.
No, I think she means like she's thinking
today?
Saturday. Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go this morning then, Paul? Can you be ready by 7 this morning?
7 this morning will be fine.
All right. Are those the dogs, Gail?
Yes.
They sound lovely.
Well, they sound noisy, but they're my babies.
I think they cornered whatever's in the attic.
You realize, Gail, that was the final straw that broke the camel's back.
Is it, Paul, or was it the affair?
No.
It was the affair.
Thank you.
He moved out of the house. I knew there was something wrong with him for months and months and months, and I kept asking him.
When did the affair start, Paul?
Why are you guys torturing me?
I'm just wondering.
You know full well that I have been through this for years, and you know that her craziness was something I was dealing with. It was the money that was holding me together. Now that the money is gone, I don't have any more strength.
He seems to think that the financial problems gives him a right to have an affair and live with another woman.
True.
What about the gay rumors?
The problems give me a right to say goodbye because you're crazy and you're finally trying to kill me.
All right, Paul. When you were younger, didn't gays used to follow you around thinking that you were gay?
Why is this coming up?
It's something.
It's in the book.
People said it.
People said it. Did that happen?
Who's people?
I'm not saying that, gays don't like me, but that's not because I like them.
Napoleon!
You named the dog after Paul?
Napoleon.
We named the dogs after various
Not Paul Ann.
Pastries and chocolates. There's Truffles, Napoleon, Eclair, and Regis. Well,
hey, why didn't you two ever have your own children?
Because early in the marriage,
he said that if I had a child, he'd leave me.
No, you said that, Paul?
Yes,
I said early in the marriage I was aware that she was crazy. She lied.
Oh, yeah, back in 1987.
She lied within the first weeks of her marriage.
Appetite for destruction?
I can't take this. I've got somebody
Don't forget,
here
you lied about dying of cancer.
I had ovarian cancer, and you can't still get pregnant having ovarian cancer.
Gail, who's there with you?
The dogs.
And that's it?
Yeah.
I thought I heard a man's voice.
Well, he was here for a minute, but he left.
Who was that? A young gentleman caller?
No, not a young gentleman caller. Just somebody that wanted to talk to me.
Oh.
Anyway, Gail, you're torturing us. I was really having high hopes I was going to help you, but nobody's going to want to help you anymore.
I can't take this conversation, Paul, because
you're going to call the show this morning.
And total child, and you lie like one. And I wouldn't trust you again if you begged me.
And
Ron, I have to go.
Okay,
I've got something here.
Ron.
But, you just let him run me down to him.
All right.
And I'm sure it'll be worked out.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Gail O.
All right.
Hey, Paulo?
Yes, sir.
If you ever get in front of a judge or a jury with that woman, they will string you up. You are going to look like a maniac. It's going to look like all your fault. She hits that he forced me into the abortions. I had to catch a train back. He wouldn't even pick me up. They are going to destroy you.
Well, she's already done that.
And Paul, here's the other thing that really gets on my nerves. Yeah. All those years that fucking father-in-law of yours used to yell at you when we were on the phone with you.
Yeah.
He molested her when she was younger?
Well, this is all coming out. I mean, I've always asked her over the years, what's going on? But now, with the trauma of me leaving her, all of this is starting to flood out.
So you had never heard that story before?
No. And, it's my feeling that there's a very good possibility it's just a lie, a manipulation of the doctor.
You know what? All you abusers say the same thing. All you abusers say the same thing. She's crazy.
Well, in any case...
You're Fuzzy Sedgwick. That's the way I see it right now.
This is all news to me, sir. And I mean, obviously, this is very traumatic for the listeners, and I feel bad for the listeners that have to be exposed to this. And I'm done. I mean, I follow.
You're going to give her one more chance?
No.
Please.
Now, I saw your post on ronfez.net. Is it better to be an asshole or a pussy? What did you decide? Now you're being an asshole?
Well, I have been a pussy over the years. That's the whole point. That's the whole problem. Now, the only way I can survive is to be an asshole, but I'm not even successful at that. I'm a failure as trying to be an asshole because she got me again. She I'm stupid enough to believe she would let me try and handle things the right way. So she just stole all the money. So now I'm a pussy again. A pussy and a dumbass. I'm screwed. I mean, is this the end of Paulo? I think so.
I don't think so, Paul. I think you're going to do just fine.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be happy, and here I am. Stabbed in the back yet again. I don't know what to do. I mean, everything she says is a lie. I don't even know. And, the stupid thing is listening to her lies for 30 years, I'm still stupid enough to believe her sometimes. when I should really just say everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie.
Now, how's Melly doing? Are we going to get to meet her?
Well, you know, frankly, we're very happy. But I mean, the fact is that dealing with Gail is really ridiculous. I mean, actually, when the police did come by a few days ago, and when I was trying to talk to her, and they were talking to her, and they were saying, well, why do you have all these scratches on her back? I mean, we could have had her arrested then. And I said, listen, she used to scratch my arm up and down when I was driving her places. I mean, literally, my arm would be a mass of
You're just driving and she's scratching.
He's got McFoley arm.
I like her to work on my back a little bit. I can never get it dug in enough for me.
I mean, and so I would tell them, I said, listen, you know, we know she has mental illnesses. You know she's been Baker acted 50 times or more. I mean, I'm trying to help her. I mean, but there's nothing we can do. I mean,
every time that she was Baker acted, was that like just a 3-day vacation for you? Was it just great?
No, because, you know,
you'd have to visit?
For years and years, yeah, I'd visit, and I'd say, and she would basically say immediately, all right, this is what we got to do to get me out of here. And I would go along with it.
Hey, is the sex with Millie just unbelievable?
So, as you know, we haven't had sex really for years. So, I mean, you know, because of the dryness issue.
Right, with Mrs. O, yeah.
Yeah, so and
she's got a lot of nerve calling herself Mrs. O.
Yeah, exactly. There was a whole. But
it could have been the wrong hole.
The issue, the issue has always, it's a pussy asshole thing. But I mean, the issue was always simply that I put out of my mind all the misery. And
You know what? El Jefe actually wrote, his eyebrow went up at one point. You remember this, Jefe? When Paulo said when the money was going, then it wasn't worth it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just seems like now that he's completely drained her, he's got the new poon on the side.
Yeah.
It just absolutely no thought or concern at all for another human being that you poured 30 years into.
What I hate, J-Dubs, is the Gail O in his relationship.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, I'd be very, very interested if Gail O has, some admirers out there who would like to...
Apparently there's a grandpa psychiatrist that likes her a lot. All right, hold on. Mark wants to ask you a question. Hey, Mark, you're on Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to say that Paul seems to be lying about this money because when he first called in, he said that he was only spending the money to pay her bills, but now he's talking about, is this the end of Paul O? So which is it? Is he spending it for himself or paying her bills with it?
No.
Well, obviously, the point being is that I'm trying to see if I can get a new infusion of cash.
Paulo, you've never made more than $6 an hour in your life, right?
No, that's not true, sir.
You just told us you've never made more than $21,000. $6 an hour is your highest.
She's a liar. Everything she says is a lie. I'm an officer of the law. Do they make $6 an hour? But anything.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like you're out riding around in a patrol car. You're watching kids sleep.
It's
nice.
It's still considered like a detention type officer. In any case, the issue about me, where was I? Paying the bills is obviously I was trying to keep all the credit cards current so we don't have any credit problems, and now that she's taken it out of the equity account, that has to be paid as well.
Remember this time it came up that they were looking through stuff like kid touching at Paul's work, and he would not talk. He would not rat. Remember that, Paul?
What? No. Quite frankly,
You said you would never rat, no matter what you saw.
No matter what you knew, you weren't going to rat out the other detention officers.
Well, thankfully, I've never experienced anyone who has displayed any kind of perversion or any kind of...
But if you did, would you rat?
I would have to say that, if it had to do with any sexual misconduct, I would definitely do that, absolutely.
What about just punching?
Well, the issue has to be that the way I deal with the kids is very simple. I have large size, and I tend to talk to them face to face. And if they choose to attack me, I can handle it fairly easily. But unfortunately, I'm aware, and I don't see any of this. But you do become aware of the fact that a lot of the guys are very aggressive as a matter of course, and they kind of had the latitude to do that because if the kids don't follow certain rules, then they're allowed to proceed to, bring them down and subdue them.
And he wonders where the gay rumors come from.
I know.
Oh, well, anyway, as I say,
have you ever used any of your training on Gail O to subdue her?
Well,
Is that where the choking comes in?
What happens is over the years she's so hostile, so angry, so out of control. And as you can probably tell from that phone call, she's back to drinking and mixing the pills again. What happens is she gets to be, not only does she lie consistently, but she tends to attack you and hit you and scratch you and things like that. So usually what you have to do is defensive action.
You're Howard K. Stern. That's who you are right now.
I could only wish to be so lucky.
All right. Hey, Bobo's on the line for you. Hey, Bobo.
Hiya, buddies.
Hey.
Paul keeps addressing this issue of pussy or asshole. I wanted to suggest he go up the middle and just consider himself the taint.
Paul?
I'm not sure where I am anymore. I literally don't know if I'm going to exist soon. But all I can tell you is that the one person in all of this who truly has done this with a good heart is Melly. And
yes, sure. The new girl's always the best.
She's just an angel.
Oh, I mean,
she
came
is
into this knowing
like an angel from heaven.
She knew, and that was a phrase I used with Gail.
She's so smart, and what a good artist she is. That we always think that about the new girls. Oh, she's brilliant. Did you hear her play the folk guitar? She's amazing.
And what a kind person.
This weekend we're rollerblading.
Guess what Melly offered last night on the RonFez.net chat room?
Pee in her butt?
No, that's pretty common, but she offered for me to sleep over in their hotel room when they come to visit, and we'd all have a menage.
No. Actually, please, Bobo. We're all having fun on the chat room, and we just have fun.
I am so disgusted.
No, I mean, I know full well, and her and Sheepy are really a problem. That's the big problem.
Yeah, watch her around Sheepy.
Yeah, because Sheepy and her have this, definite thing. So I'm going to be like, he thinks I'm mad at him. Sheepy, but I mean, Sheepy's obviously a very...
Why don't you fight Sheepy at the Big Ass Bash?
Because Sheepy's so worried that I'm mad at him. I really am concerned about the kid, and I don't want him to be upset in any way.
Hey, Gary's got a question for Paulo. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie?
Good, man.
I can say I think Paulo's completely lying about hurting Gail O. Because when you can play back the audio. When you first asked him whether he hit Gail or hurt Gail, he completely hesitated and goes, well, the point.
That's not what I'm doing. You don't understand. After 30 years of constant lies, you become numb to them. You just don't even hear them anymore. You just say, whatever, yeah, right. That's par for the course. That's what she's going to do, basically lie. So basically, I just accept everything that she's just going to be coming out with a load of crap.
When a judge asks you, did you hurt her, you're going to go, no point?
Well, first of all, I don't think I'll make it to that point because she's so out to destroy me. And she's been, this passive-aggressive destructiveness that she has been over the years.
I haven't seen any of the passive. I've only seen the destructive. I've only seen the aggressive.
The passive part comes when I'm around. She's trying to get on my good side. She'll try and pretend that, everything's wonderful and everything else, and then she'll be stabbing me in the back while she's...
Hey, Clink, you're on RonFez.
Hey, this is Twinkie.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, listen, buddies. Bruno Kirby's working on this project with you, right, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, you ought to take him to the Big Ass Bash because he'd be an easy guy to beat since he's been dead since August.
Yeah, it's obviously not the same Bruno Kirby, but I mean the point is that it is a guy whose nickname is Bruno Kirby, and
Bruno Kirby never defends this film, Fezzi. He never sticks up for the film. He claims he's too busy during the daytime to talk. You're going to lose this thing that we set up for you.
First of all, he called both the Free FM show and this show and was told, we don't have time now. And so
by who?
By the phone guys. I mean, I said to him...
Is this true, Earl?
Honestly, it's the first I'm hearing about it.
Well, I didn't say he talked to Earl. I'm just saying that he was a little upset. But I said, no, but
No, hell no. Hell no. You have gone crazy now, Paulie. When did this happen?
About a week or two ago. I can't remember exactly, but he was...
Here's what to do.
Didn't happen to me.
Put on Bruno Kirby anytime that he calls.
Absolutely. I didn't talk to the man. Maybe someone else did, but...
All right, so if you don't know that for a fact...
He has been a little concerned about calling the show and talking to anyone, but he was very...
He's concerned. He thinks he has a funny voice. And he hates his... Yeah, he says he hates his voice on the air.
Well, but he was...
Well, call anyway.
But that's the point. He geared up to call, and the Free FM people said, "Oh no, call tomorrow because we're not talking about that on this show." And then when he called the next day, they said, "No, we don't."
Ryder, you got to fucking seriously. You got to meet me halfway, brother.
No, this did not happen. Bruno Kirby's straight out lying because I just talked to the only other person who could answer the phone calls. His name is Nosferatu. He says no, and then Pitsy says this never happened either. So now we have a liar named Bruno Kirby. It's not funny, Paulo.
And didn't Bruno Kirby give you the runaround about an apartment?
He gave me a runaround. I was supposed to be living in Brooklyn for $750 a month. I get into Brooklyn, all of a sudden he says, "Ryder, you gotta pay $1,200 lodge." I said, "I got one more silver dollar. I can't pay $1,200. Bruno, stop the lying, Ronnie B.
And the other thing is, now that I have no money and I'm committing to coming up to New York, I probably I'm going to have to stay with the listeners.
Why do you have no money? You make $6 an hour.
That's not the point. The point is that there's $30,000 in credit card bills that I'm still having to pay. That was the whole point. So I mean, it's all very.
I thought you weren't going to pay off the credit cards. You said, "Come take the house."
Yeah, well, I don't want that to happen. That wasn't my plan.
You know what's going to happen, though, right?
That's going to wind up happening now.
I'm sure there's listeners you can stay with, and at the very least, stay with Fezzi. He'd love to have you.
Yeah,
I don't think there's room.
That was the fallback, I think.
Fezzi will be the fallback. Well, we got to figure out a stunt for you, Paul.
All right. Well, let me know.
Hey, Paul, I have a suggestion.
Yes.
Why don't you get a gun and at the bash shoot me in the arm? As like a tribute to Chris Burton, the great performance artist.
Well, there was a great bit that Daffy Duck did when he was fighting with
the Legends,
with Bugs Bunny, and they were in this heavy competition on stage, and finally Daffy did this enormous trick.
I remember this episode. It was great.
Amazing. And Bugs said, "That was just the best. You won. It was incredible." And he says, "The only problem is you can only do it once." And then he flew in angel wings to heaven.
All right, boys. What a nightmare. Talk to you later.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.